Hi, fellow traders. What's happening? I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope you're off to a good start this week. Um, this week, I think everybody's expecting it to be slow, the volume down, volatility down. But today was a pretty decent day. Um, and I didn't think about it because at first, when everybody was saying, they're going on vacation this week, I'm like, why are they going this week when the holiday is actually Monday and not having a 9 to 5 job? If I had a 9 to 5, it would have hit me just like that. But not having a 9 to 5 job, I didn't realize, okay, the holiday is Monday. So if you take this week off, you got the weekend, you got this whole week, you got next weekend, then you got the extra day Monday. So you have like an extended vacation. So I don't know what the hell I was thinking. But with everybody being gone, it just seemed like it was a pretty good day. But what I did notice was a lot of these moves were following through. And I was being a little bit conservative when I didn't really need to be, because it seemed like the automated trading that tends to keep trades in a range most of the day wasn't happening. And I was sitting here just amazed at the moves that happened. Peloton, I missed it. Peloton started when I was in the middle of a mentor session, so I missed it. But we were looking at Peloton. Facebook, it snuck up on everybody. I didn't hear Benzinga Charlie, alerted that it was popping. I heard the message that it was still moving, and that was like 30 minutes after it took off. But there was a lot of good moves today. That was just the name two. Tesla took off, bounced right off the 60-minute, or not just 60-minute, but the daily 60-minute, 5-minute support. There's a daily pivot there at what did it bounce off of at the open? Let me see. I can't read the doggone thing. It's 6. Sorry about that, guys. 669.43. And we'll look at the chart in a minute. That's my fault. But a lot of really good moves out there. Surprisingly good moves. But we're going to talk more about that here in a minute. One thing I want to cover today, this is kind of in between the how to become a consistently profitable day trader kind of series classes that I've been doing for you guys. And I've had people ask me about this several times. And it's about stop orders. And some people view stop orders as negative. Stop loss, they're like you preparing a loss or you planning to lose if you have a stop loss. But that's not the case. You're protecting your capital. There's no way for us to sit here and say that we know with any degree of certainty what a stock's going to do. We don't. There's no way to know. We can read the chart, we can look at the technicals and come up with a thesis or theory as to, based on this and this evidence, I believe the stock should go this place. And yeah, it may likely go there, but there's no guarantee. So you have to trade and plan everything in this market like there's no guarantee. You got an edge, you execute your edge. If it doesn't work, pick up and move on to the next one. That's all we have to do. And over a period of time, we should, be profitable. But a lot of people subscribe to this, stop. or don't. Whatever's cool. You do you. Whatever you want to do. And that's not the way to manage your trading account. You have to have a stop. You have to have a line in the sand that says, hey, I can't risk any more than this. And honestly, like I told you guys before, when you take a trade and you're risking $150, once you get in that trade, $150 gone. Don't even think that that's your money anymore. You spent it. Okay, it's gone. It's just like you went to the store and you bought $150 in lottery tickets. Once you buy those tickets, you have the tickets, your money is gone. Once you buy that stock, your money is gone. You bought that stock or you shorted that stock. Your money is gone. So don't sit here and say, oh, I'm losing this $150. It's already gone. You spent it. What you're focusing on now is trying to make money off of what you've invested in. What you've spent your money on, you're trying to make money off of that. So stop worrying about this stock. All this is doing is keeping you from losing more than what you initially spent. That's all it's doing. It's protecting, and in some cases, protecting you from yourself. And I'm going to give you some examples here on some of my trades today to give you an idea of my thought process and how it changes in different market conditions. Because the way you attack the market, as you get better, you're going to attack the market a little bit differently. You're going to know when to be aggressive. You're going to know, okay, it's time to start being a little more conservative and taking smaller moves and just locking up profit. So, we're going to talk about that here in a minute. First off, we could look at how pitiful these candlesticks are. Pathetic. They are going up. We're still in a bull run. But look how pathetic the price action is on these candlesticks. I mean, just darn right pathetic. We made all-time highs today, but price action kind of pathetic. We had more volume than I anticipated. Okay, we did have more volume than I anticipated, but still not the best of price action here. We're above the 5-day, we're above the 10-day, we're above the 20-day, 50-day. Still very bullish right now. All right, so today I took a couple of trades on BA, one trade on SPCE. Like I said, there were a lot of really good moves out there. A lot of really good moves. And, unfortunately, you can't catch them all. And things are going to happen that's going to keep you from being able to get in some of these moves. But the ones that you catch, you take full advantage of, and you lock in that profit. All right, so this morning, I was looking at this, and I'm like, I want to take the 3-minute opening range. I want to try the 3-minute. If it doesn't work, I'm going to bail out and hit the reset button. Basically, that's what this was. But when I looked at this later in the day, I'm like, you dumbass. This was a prime target for taking it on the break of the pre-market low. And if it got held up and it wouldn't go, you take it off and you wait for it to set up. 5-minute opening range. So if you're going to be aggressive, you got to be smart. Taking the 3-minute is just you might as well wait and take the 5-minute in this case. But that's why the entry looks so bad, is because this was a 3-minute opening range low. I got in, it moved a little bit, and then when we started, retracing, I got out and said, hey, I want to wait, and we're going to reset for the 5 minute. So that was the plan. It wasn't that I took this off early, or anything like that. Yeah, I could have just held on to it because it came back down. But in the heat of battle, you have no idea what it's going to do. So I had no idea whether it was going to keep ripping up, because I've seen that happen many times. And I've also seen it turn around and come back. What I had to do here is be disciplined and stick to my plan. My plan was, if this didn't work out, kill it and then wait for the 5 minute opening range setup and then nail it. And that's exactly what I did. So, sitting here second guessing and questioning your stop is something that you cannot do. When you set your risk parameters, it's set in stone. You don't change it. You stick to it. You be disciplined. If you have to eat a loss, there's always going to be opportunity for you to make it back up. If you don't make it back up today, just stick to doing what you do in terms of executing your trades, and you'll be fine. But don't sit there and look at the stop and say, oh, I'm going to stop out or not. Whatever is going to be cool with me, I'm just going to do me. And that's not it. You don't change it up. Your stop is your stop is your stop. And if you're going to say, okay, I'm just going to do me, that means you're going to execute the way you're supposed to. That doesn't mean you're going to just let it ride it when you feel like it. That's just not it. So make sure you respect your stop, whatever it is. Whatever you're willing to risk on a trade, know that when you make the trade, you just spent your money. Okay, yeah, I know the trade costs more than $150. But in your mind, that's how much you spent on that trade, because that's all you're willing to risk on it. Okay? That's the mindset you gotta have. So here I stopped out here according to plan, got in on the opening range breakdown. First target, it came within a couple of cents of my second target down here. Yeah, I probably could have short shifted it, but I was impressed with the price action. I thought sure we would get a dip. We didn't. This thing rocketed back up on me, so I took it off. I locked in this profit. Again, I had no idea we were going to turn around and come back. I don't know that. All I know is I need to lock in the profit that this trade has given me, because I can always reset off the next level, because there's a nice profit window. Okay, we're in the middle of the profit window that we identified pre-market. We identified that this stock, BA, had a huge window of opportunity. All right. Now, we did talk about how it usually beats us up. But as you can see today, this was pretty decent. All right. So, we had a really nice move here. I took it off. We set up again. It did try to bounce a little bit. But here, it never did reclaim this level. Had this candle made a higher high, we would have reclaimed this level. I'd have had to stop out. We didn't claim it. We came down, hit my first target, and then it started to recover again. I bailed out. Here again, you don't know whether it's going to reject here and come back like it did here, or is it going to go up? You have no idea. Yeah, there's resistance here. Absolutely. So you could make a case that this is resistance and we can reject here. But that's not it. It didn't do that. It ran right up the VWAP before it started to come back. And then it made it down to my final target, which was a 50-day. So once we lost the 50-day, here we closed below it. And once we broke the low, I got in. But guess what? It found the bottom here. It bounced. I gave it a chance to test. And it couldn't push, but then it just started turning around again. So had to dump it and just called it a day. I realized, volume is down. Everything's, people probably quit after lunch. So, it was time to stop. All right. So, that was BA. SPCE, here is a perfect example of having to readjust when I make a mistake. Okay, what I was doing was I was trying to put in a sell stop under the low of this candle. Okay, once we got up here and rejected, I had to wait to take out the low of this candle before I can short it. Until then, there was no short because we had not taken out the lows here. And so instead of putting a sell order in, I was trying to put a buy stop. And if you put in a buy stop and the price is above the order that you're putting in, it's going to automatically fill. And that's exactly what it did. It automatically filled. And, I had to make a decision. My stop was going to be below this. I actually put in a hard stop a couple of cents below the low of this candle, because if it took the low out, this long trade was dead. So I let it work. First target was this level of resistance here. This is a daily level. First target was here. Second target, the next resistance we come to, which was the 20 period. We got here, kind of pulled back to the 9, pushed up. The next target, my final target, was VWAP. But it did run quickly past VWAP and actually hit the opening range low. And look at it. It just kept going. It just kept going. But, this was a nice deal. A really nice trade. And all I did was I assessed the situation. I knew the technical level to break was going to be the low of this candle. Because when it took out this low, that means it lost all of this and we had a green light to go lower. And so I needed to get back in my short position. But if it didn't break it and it started to push back, let's just take profit at these levels because we're going to hit them. And when we hit them, you don't know whether it's going to reject and come all the way back. Profit targets. Our number one priority is putting money in our account, building our account. It's not about making thousands of dollars here and there on this trade. It's about putting money in our account and keeping it there. That's the focus. That's what I'm trying to teach you guys. All right, so that was that for today. A lot of you guys have been asking me about why I don't put this up anymore. I'm going to start doing it next quarter. We're at the end of the second quarter. I was having trouble, and I said this earlier, that I was having trouble not focusing on the things that I needed to focus on. I was focusing on my P&L at the end of the day, and I was bringing it into the next day and trying to add stuff in my head and figure out where I needed to be. And that's the one thing. I have a weakness with that. Some people can track this and it doesn't bother them. Most people, when you start looking at your P&L and worrying about your money, your trading goes to shit. And that's what was happening to me. I had to stop that so that I could bring my trading back around and then get back on track. So I will be doing this again going into the next quarter. But if I get that way again, this is one of the things that I have to do to fix it. I know what I have to do in order to correct myself. That's another thing I'm trying to teach you guys, is how to identify the triggers, identify the things that cause you to make bad decisions and keep you from executing at a high level, and we eliminate them. Remember the pyramid. Part of it is identifying your weaknesses, and then you eliminate them and turn them into strengths. That's one of the next things we're going to be working on. We have to eliminate that, and we have to turn our weaknesses into strengths. So that's one of the things, one of the main things that we're going to be doing going forward. I was lazy and have not gone back and looked at each day individually. I just ran a report so I could do this weekend real quick to find out what I made that week. And it was only $348.61. How it breaks down in the week, I'd have to go back and redo each day and put that in. Had a couple of red days. Really struggled that week. But we came around last week, did pretty good. A week before last week, pretty good. Only trading 3 days. The Tesla trade that we took on Friday, we did really good. Got up to 694.68 today. I think the average was 691 after all was said and done. But if you were in community this morning, I showed you what the average was and where we're at. But that was in the larger account. I was being a little greedy Friday, trying to blow it out the water, but but didn't get any other trades. So 3 days, 0, and had 2 good trading days, almost made $1,000. And that's about what I average during the summer. I usually average $1,000 to $1,200 a week. So I'm not far off that. But once earnings kicks up the middle of July, you'll start to see my weeks get better and better and better. So we've got today, tomorrow, and Wednesday to close out this month. Should be a relatively good month. You can see there's the equity curve. We're doing pretty good here. But a couple of quick things I want to announce, and I'll announce it later. I've got some things coming up. And I'll say the big change for last. We're having this summer, we will be doing the beginner's option classes. That's coming up this summer. I'm starting to record the morning sessions. So you guys that missed the morning live session, you'll be able to watch the recording later, see what happened, see how I handled the day, how I managed the day, and all that good stuff. That's coming. The big thing is I am finally getting some help. And if you were in Sunday, I explained the whole scenario with you. But finally going to get some help to keep my stuff straight. Help me update my website, keep my the activity calendars up to date, keep my P&L and swing trade stuff, make sure all that's done up to date, in a timely fashion. trying to do everything, it was really weighing down on me. And all I've been doing over the last couple of years is adding. Then on top of that, doing the mentor sessions. So eventually it starts to take its toll, but that's happening. So that's the big thing. So everything should start running like a well-oiled machine again, and I can get back focusing 100% on this trading and executing my trades and teaching you guys how to execute and handle your deal. So that's coming. Wednesday, I'm going to save. I got another deal I'm going to share with you on Wednesday. We're doing the swing trading stuff Wednesday. These trades just today, a lot of them took off really good. Just hope the market continues and we could lock in some money before the end of the month. But that's all I got today. I guess that's enough. I talked enough. So you guys have a great rest of the day. Let's have a really solid week going into the long weekend, the vacation weekend. And because I want to pull some money out and throw it around a little bit. So I'm looking forward to that. So you guys be safe, and I will see you first thing in the morning.